I can be very honest right now. I wish I could. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna be very honest with all of you right now. I can watch these two guys go at it every single time, and I know for a fact that I'm gonna get my money's worth with Rey Mysterio and Andrade, Cien Almas. I did not get to watch their match from last week, but I heard a lot of positive feedback. I caught the clips. I saw Rey Mysterio hit the Canadian Destroyer last week on Andrade Cien Almas. And again, it was a great match by what I've seen from people that they told me, oh, it was a great match last week. And I got to see their match tonight on SmackDown Live. And like I said before, these two guys can go out there. Doesn't matter where you put them on the card, and they can just fucking go out there and just steal the show. Hence why I will say these two guys tonight are show stealers. I'll be honest though, at the same time, I wish this was the main event. Because honestly, I feel like SmackDown tonight, with the exception of this awesome match, everything on the show felt like a giant, complete waste of fucking time. In my honest opinion. But as always, motherflowers, this is your SmackDown Live review for January the 15th, 2019. This is the first SmackDown Live review that I do in 2019. Holy crap. And here I am in the videos. You can see me, all that fun stuff. My fucking ugly mug. But like I said before, you know, everything else with the show was like, it sucked. I didn't care for it. But the Andrade versus Mysterio match was fucking amazing. But it leads me to just one thing at the same time. Why, oh why, are we calling Andrade Cien Almas now Andrade? Like, do I agree with it? No, I think it's stupid that Andrade Cien Almas fell victim to having his name cut short, just like people before him. Antonio Cesaro, Biggie Langston, Alexander Rusev. If you get where I'm going with this. And there's Eli Dre saying dummy. Yeah, exactly. Dummy. Yeah, you're dummy. Fucking dummy. But it's stupid. At the same time, though, I'm going to keep it 100 with you guys. We'll grow into it. Don't be surprised when Lars Sullivan finally gets over his anxiety attack. Whatever it may be, they'll call him Sullivan. Don't be surprised. I'm calling it out. They're going to call him Sullivan. Okay? So, it is what it is. At this point in juncture, like Elias Samson. Remember Elias Samson? He became Elias. So, again, you can complain on it, you can shit on it right now, but I guarantee you're going to get accustomed to it. But I would love to hear from you guys in the comments below. Give me your thoughts on SmackDown Live tonight. If you actually did enjoy the show, if you actually did not like the show, or if you're someone like me that just felt like, you know what, the Mysterio Andrade match was amazing, and then everything on the show just felt like whatever, and I turned the show off. But before I get into more details on the SmackDown Live review, I want you guys to know that this coming Saturday, I will be in New York. I will be in Queens for Evolve 120. It's going to be the return of Johnny Gargano. Johnny Gargano will be part of Evolve 120. He'll be facing Austin Theory. To my understanding, it's a non-title match. Austin Theory is the current Evolve champion. He's just talking a lot of shit on social media, which I think is funny as all hell. So I will be there at La Boom in Queens. It's supposed to snow that day. We're supposed to expect over here where I'm at here in Jersey a massive like storm, a blizzard, whatever. So they're saying. But either way, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna try to get there. I have a ticket for the show. I'm supposed to have a lunch with my brother early in the day in New York anyway. So I'm more gonna be there early as it is. So I think after I finish having lunch with my brother, I'm heading over to the subway to get to Queens and to go to the show. So if you're going to be at Evolve 120, feel free to let me know. Feel free to let me know. If not, let me know on Twitter at HeelSteven. Just as well as your thoughts on tonight's SmackDown Live. With your thoughts on the show, if you actually like the show or not. So the show kicked off with Becky Lynch arriving into the building, into the arena. And she, out of nowhere, gets asked a question by Kayla Braxton, who made a lot of appearances on the show, by the way. And she wanted to ask, you know, Becky, hey, are you ready for Asuka? Asuka wants to know if you're ready for Asuka. And it looked like Becky was offended by this question. Like, why the fuck are you going to ask me this stupid question? Because it really was a stupid question. and she goes on to take her keys and tosses it to Kayla Braxton to like valet her parking, whatever, just park her truck, whatever the fuck it may be. And she's walking into the ring, and she stops by the New Day, who were just chilling there in the parking lot area with Heavy Machinery. Because again, like I said during my Monday Night Raw review, if you have not watched it yet, the people that are being called up from NXT, what's happening is they're going to be featured on both Raw and SmackDown until they decide what the fuck they're going to do with them. So we'll be seeing Heavy Machinery, EC3, Lacey Evans on both Raw and SmackDown until they make up their minds where the fuck they're going to end up. And you see them just chill in the parking lot. I guess they're making some protein shake. They put steaks and eggs and I guess pancakes and shit. They put it in a blender and they have Becky have a sip of it. I'll be honest, just by seeing this right now, I can just tell you right now that Heavy Machinery are doomed to fail on the main roster. Yes, it's getting a reaction. Don't get me wrong. At the same time, let's keep it 100 here. Has anyone taken Heavy Machinery serious in NXT? I know I haven't. I know I have not. I mean, to me, Otis, yeah, he's making this shit work. He's funny as hell, all you want. But these guys, I think Brian Zane said it on Twitter, Heavy Machinery gonna be the equivalent of Jesse and Festus. Biscuits and gravy. And don't get upset when it happens. Do not get upset when it happens. But I just don't see these two guys causing a major buzz on the tag team division or, moving the needle, if you will. I don't see it happening. They are, I don't know, but honestly, who the hell knows really at the same time. But that was that. And then you see Becky walk to the ring and she talks about being the man, how, she was champion and how she wants to get her belt back at the Royal Rumble, and how Asuka this whole time has been a hype. She's been a hype throughout the whole last year, being undefeated, and then she went to WrestleMania, she lost to Charlotte. After that, her whole hype just went down, and she hasn't been the same. And how everyone on the roster, whether it's Raw or SmackDown, are trying to be a badass like Becky Lynch. And here's the thing about it too, people in the building in Alabama, I think they're in Mobile, Alabama tonight, they were chanting Becky. Becky can't get the idea though. And out comes Asuka, and Asuka says, hey, at the Royal Rumble, you'll no longer be in Charlotte's Flair's shadow, but you're gonna be in my shadow. And they're talking back. It was this, again, Asuka talking this choppy English. I'm okay with it. To be honest, I'm okay with it. And then out come the Iconics, and they talk about how they're gonna win the Royal Rumble, the Women's Royal Rumble, and then in a couple weeks after, they're gonna be the first ever WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, and it's all gonna be iconic, whatever. Which leads to Becky Lynch to issue an open challenge to any of the Iconics to get in the ring, have an impromptu match. And we go to commercial break, and it's Becky Lynch and Peyton Royce. Listen, I thought overall the idea of, okay, yeah, I'm reading the comments here, good show, that's fine and dandy, to each their own. I thought the Becky Lynch and Peyton Royce match, honestly, listen, I'm okay with Becky winning, made a lot of sense. But the fact that you have her win in this long length of a match, that's what really got me. You want her to be the man, like, oh, no fucks are given. She lays a punch on Peyton Royce. And then locks into the armbar, the disarmer. That should have been it. But instead, they went for moves for no reason whatsoever. Peyton had some offense in. I don't know why. And eventually, when it was all said and done, Becky Lynch got into the disarmer, and she made Peyton Royce tap out. And they're leaving, right? The Iconics are leaving. Then Asuka issued an open challenge, and she grabs Billie Kay. She grabs Billie Kay by the hair, and she tried to hit her on the apron. And you can tell the botch there. I don't know if you got caught it or not, but there's a big botch where Billie's hand hits the apron, but her head doesn't bounce. I don't know if any of you got caught that, but I did. It was so sloppy. But Asuka beat Billie Kay just like that, as it should have been. And that was that. There was a stare down, and then out of nowhere, AJ Styles randomly interrupted the stare down between Becky and Asuka. And he walked through the crowd, went to concessions. And what this led to him I guess, responding to Daniel Bryan from last week. I remember last week Bryan was making fun of people who ate hot dogs, who was eating popcorn and ketchup and mustard and soda and all that shit. And he responded how the fans have every right to, eat whatever they want to eat, drink whatever they want to drink. They're paying their hard-earned money to be here. They can do what they want. And he starts giving out t-shirts, and out of nowhere, a guy in a black hoodie comes in to attack Styles. It's Daniel Bryan, and they're having this brawl. They're having this brawl in concessions, and Styles spine busters. He hits a spine buster, or a takedown, if you will, on Bryan onto the table, and you see Bryan's his clothes is smothered in ketchup and mustard. And here I go, what a fucking waste of good ketchup and good quality of fucking mustard. God fucking damn it. I don't mind them fucking brawling, but don't you fucking waste the fucking ketchup and fucking mustard. God fucking damn it. I'm sorry. It's the culinary major within me. Alright? You just don't waste any sauce. I'm just saying, alright? In the kitchen, we don't waste fucking sauces. God damn it, yo. For real. But, it's a way to hype up their match for the Royal Rumble. As you all know, at the Rumble is going to be Styles and Bryan for the WWE Championship. So, let's see where this goes, honestly. At the same time, I don't know if you caught this or not, but Styles has not signed a new deal yet. He has not re-signed a new deal. And there's this talk that, hey, Styles might be going to AEW. He might be All Elite real soon. So, we'll see what happens. Apparently, from what I'm reading, AEW is willing to offer Styles just the same amount of money that WWE would for a shorter date. That's what Styles wants too. So let's see how all this also comes into play as we get close to the deadline of Styles' current WWE contract. We see backstage the Usos, and I guess Jimmy Uso receives a gift. Okay, they're doing a photo shoot, whatever, and Jimmy Uso receives a gift. And I guess Jey Uso's reading the gift, like the little letter, because Jimmy thought it was from Naomi. And the note pretty much said something about her being a naughty girl, and how she wants Jimmy Uso to put her in the Uso penitentiary. And at the end of the note, it said, loved Mandy Rose. And I guess in the gift is also included a key to the hotel room where Mandy's staying at. So here's the thing about it, okay? And I finally put these pieces together. And it's a shame that no one really caught on to this. This is what the fuck they're doing. This whole thing where, oh my god, Mandy Rose is being the fucking home wrecker. Because apparently after this, right, you see Mandy backstage, and Sonya Deville, she wanted to try to talk some sense into Mandy Rose, and Mandy's pretty much saying that she wants, she wants to make Naomi's life very miserable and to break up her marriage with Jimmy Uso. And it's finally dawned on me what the fuck they're doing here. It's obvious, and it's amazing how no one caught on to this shit. As you guys know, today on the USA Network after SmackDown Live was the premiere of Temptation Island. So what better way to hype up this show than let's have a married couple and Jimmy Uso and freaking Naomi. Again, I'm confused which one is who at the end of the day. For all it could be fucking Jey Uso, right? And let's do this whole storyline where here's Mandy Rose, who's single, who has nobody, who could be a homewrecker, right? Trying to flirt with one of the Usos and ruin a marriage. At the same time, hey, there's a show on the USA Network called Temptation Island. Temptation. Oh my god, one of the Usos is very tempted. Just saying. Down since day one-ish, right? But no one caught on to that. Shame on you, motherflower. Shame on you, motherflowers. I did see that, yeah. Do you see Andrade's name change? I did talk about it earlier. It sucks, but I'll get accustomed to it. I mean, I have friends whose names whose name are Andrade, so I'm accustomed to calling someone Andrade. It's not the end of the world for me, but hey, it is what it is. It's stupid. Doesn't make sense at all. We get Samoa Joe versus Mustafa Ali, which never really started. Joe attacked Ali before the match even happened and started laying him outside the ring. Backstage, you see Samoa Joe pretty much saying that was a message to all 29 other men who are in the Royal Rumble, because this is Samoa Joe's first Royal Rumble match he's going to be part of, which is kind of crazy too when you think about it. Samoa Joe's been in WWE now for almost 2 years, and he's finally now being officially in the Royal Rumble match for the first time. It's kind of weird, kind of crazy. It's sad too because again, Samoa Joe has dealt with injuries, so that kind of prevents him from being in the Rumble match. But let's see how he does. At the same time, I think what's gonna happen at the Rumble match, I think Mustafa Ali will eliminate Samoa Joe. This is what they're setting up, I think, in a way. But what the fuck do I know, right? After this, like I said before, they showed the whole thing backstage where Mandy Rose was Sonya Deville, and Sonya Deville again wanted to talk some sense into Mandy Rose because again, Mandy Rose gave Jimmy Uso the key to her hotel room for him to come in and visit, right? And to get down the penitentiary. And again, Mandy Rose, her mission is to ruin a marriage. But again, like I said before, the fact that no one caught on to this, they're trying to, again, please the USA Network. Because, again, the USA Network got this show called Temptation Island, right? A bunch of married people, a bunch of people that are couples, boyfriend and girlfriend, going off to this stranded island to see a bunch of single people. And they got to test their loved ones and how strong their relationship is. There it is, mother flower. There it is. Ahí está. But no one caught on to it. We then get the match that I thought was the match of the night. Some people are saying probably the best match of the year for SmackDown Live right now. That is Andrade Cien Almas and Rey Mysterio. This match was just amazing. Back and forth. Both guys here literally went off. It's amazing how amazing their chemistry of both men are. It's amazing. It's like they've wrestled before so many times, I feel like. And it's one of those things, too, that Rey Mysterio, at this point of his career, can still deliver these types of amazing matches, too. And Andrade, again, I don't agree with the name change, but again, I will get accustomed to it. Showing that, hey, he can hang in there. He can hang. He can be a big-time player. And I just wish, honestly, this is the year that WWE gets their head out of their fucking asses and actually do something with Andrade. Make him U.S. champion. You know what? Who would stay at WrestleMania? We see Andrade and Mysterio again. I know it was Curbside Hero on Instagram that said this, and I don't see why not too. Why not do at WrestleMania Andrade versus Rey Mysterio in a mask versus hair match? They do it in Mexico a lot of time. I know. Who was it at Triple Mania? I think this past year it was I think it was Lady Shani and freaking, I want to butcher her fucking name, but she wrestled on Impact the last time they were in Mexico, and she had her head shaved. If you guys can remember the name, let me know. But I'm probably butchering the name right now. All right, but you kind of get the idea. Do something like that at WrestleMania. A mask versus hair match could work. But at the same time, again, these two guys went out there, just delivered fucking magic. Mysterio again hit the Canadian Destroyer for a near fall. Somewhere out there, P.D. Williams probably, fucking pissed as fuck right now. Again, people are kicking out of his fucking move left and right. Because essentially, that's what it be. Because essentially, the Canadian Destroyer has become that. It's become a move where it's become a setup move. When you think about it, when P.D. Williams would hit that Canadian Destroyer in Impact Wrestling, that was it. It was a fucking wrap. But now all of a sudden, it's become a setup move. Just like the super kick. Shawn Michaels back in the day would hit that kick and it was over. Nowadays, everyone hit the super kick. It's a near fall. There also is a moment in the match where they're on the outside and Mysterio was on top of Andrade's shoulders and they go over the top rope and Mysterio and Andrade land under feet while Mysterio was still on the shoulders of Andrade and Andrade does a sit down powerbomb on the outside. Again, it's just a crazy back and forth match. All I can tell you. It looked like Mysterio was going to win the match, hit the 619. Zelina Vega got up on the apron, distracted the referee, and then Andrade hit the DDT, the hammerlock DDT from the top rope for the pinfall win. So Mysterio loses twice now to Andrade. Again, I'm open for them to have a match at WrestleMania where Mysterio finally gets his win. But we'll see where that goes to, how it affects with the Royal Rumble. Let's see. Because who to say, right, that Andrade eliminates Mysterio or Mysterio eliminates Andrade at the Rumble? But again, if there's anything on this show that you should go back and watch, it's this right here. this match for how amazing it was. Probably, again, the match of the year for SmackDown Live thus far. I guarantee you will not regret it. We go from there. Because, again, this should, in my opinion, this should have been the main event. This should have been the main event of SmackDown Live, in my opinion. But after that, we go from what was an amazing match, right, to just how terrible a segment can be between Jimmy Uso and Mandy Rose in the hotel room. In the fucking hotel room. Grant, remember a couple years ago, remember back in 2003, it was Tori Wilson and Dawn Marie, and Tori Wilson went to her hotel room and they did like an HLA in the room, whatever. Yeah, when I was a kid, oh my god, this is amazing. Yeah, two girls are gonna fucking make out and do it. As you get older, it's like, man, this was terrible. And here we go again after all these years. And again, Temptation Island, Temptation Hotel Room. And it's funny too because you see Jimmy Uso walk into the hotel room. He has doubts. He's doubting himself whether he should do it or not, whether he should go through with it, right? And he's hesitating to knock on the door. He's hesitating to knock on the door. He finally knocks on the door. He finally knocks on it, scans the hotel card into the door thing, and he opens the door. Walks into the room. You see Mandy just sitting there on a chair with her robe on. And it's funny because when the camera points to Mandy Rose, the lower third is Temptation Island. How funny is that? I kid you. I can't make this shit up. I really cannot make this shit up. How funny that was. And it's this whole thing where, Mandy telling, Jimmy to not to worry. How Jimmy's like, I can't do this. My wife, this and that. And she takes off her robe and she's wearing this bra and panties. It's fucking beautiful. Don't get me wrong. And out of nowhere, out comes a photographer. And again, just the camera, just the production of this was so Bush League. I'm sorry, so fucking Bush League. I felt like I was watching like an episode of, I don't know, like a more like those shows where it's like To Catch a Predator, or it's like there's a YouTube channel To Catch a Cheater. There you go. It's like there's a YouTube channel right now on YouTube called To Catch a Cheater, where this guy I guess he helps people whose loved ones are cheating on them and shit. That's what it felt like almost, right? The guy, this photographer, just run out of from the bathroom, taking a picture of Jimmy Uso in the room with Mandy Rose. Oh my god, it's a trap. Oh my god, it's terrible. What the fuck? And then Mandy's like, oh, you think I wanted you? You're so dumb, this and that. How she doesn't like Naomi, how Naomi thinks she runs everything and is not that way at all. And Jimmy just walks away. Okay, fine. Walks away. And then the next thing you see, Naomi walks into the room. And they start brawling. They start fighting, until eventually Mandy Rose escapes. Because Naomi went for a dive and went over the fucking chair. And she's just lying there on the floor. And then Jimmy Uso comes back in to check up on his wife. Listen, if they're gonna do a match. Just do not do it at the Royal Rumble. Don't do it on the kickoff show. Get this shit over with on SmackDown Live next week. Naomi and Mandy Rose. That's it. Let's move on. This was a waste. It was corny. A bad way to promote a show coming up on the USA Network. I'm just saying. Alright? That's just how I view it. I don't know how you motherflyers view this shit, but that's how I view it right now, to be honest with you guys. And after this, we get the Miz hosting the Bestie Birthday Bash for Shane McMahon, where I guess Shane McMahon got a gift from the Miz. The Miz gave Shane O'Mac a pair of J's, Jordan 33s, and I guess in different colors too. They play a video package, and I guess there was a moment where Shane was about to tell a story about when he was a child, how he wanted to be tag team champions, and now he has the opportunity to do it at the Royal Rumble, because at the Royal Rumble, it's going to be the Miz and Shane O'Mac versus the Bar for the SmackDown tag team titles. And Miz is about to sing happy birthday to Shane O'Mac, and then the Bar come out and interrupt, talk about how they're going to beat, Sheamus, they're going to be Shane and Miz at the Royal Rumble. And then out of nowhere, Shane makes an impromptu match in a way between the Miz and Sheamus. Miz, who by the way was wearing a suit, right? He's wearing a fucking suit. And the match, for what it was a whatever match. Nothing to go crazy for, other than Cesaro fell through a table outside where there was cake, and then Miz rolled up Sheamus for the pinfall. And after the match, Sheamus tried to attack the Miz, but Miz and Shane McMahon turned the tables on him, and Shane McMahon connected a coast to coast on Sheamus, while I guess it was Miz was holding a birthday cake. And that's how they close the show, with the idea of, oh my god, Miz and Shane can be a tag team. They're showing these double team maneuvers. They can get it together. But again, I felt like it was a waste of a way to close the show. Again, I get it. It's Shane's birthday, all the fuck you want. But if you really wanted to close the show with a bang, like, oh my god, I can't wait for next week, they should have closed SmackDown Live with Andrade versus Rey Mysterio. But that's my honest opinion. As always, want to hear from you guys in the comment threads below. Give me your thoughts on SmackDown. Like, did you enjoy the show or not? Let me know. Follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven. I'm reading the comment here. The bar needs to retain at the Rumble by Steven Scott D'Angelo. Yeah, fair enough. If you guys have any questions for me right now, feel free to ask them right now. And I'll try to answer some quick questions before I wrap this up. If you have any questions, ask away. Other than that as well, yesterday I did a Raw review. Tomorrow I'll likely do an NXT review. This Thursday, myself and Big Mike will be doing our Retro Rumble review for week number 3. The first week of January, we did a review of the 1992 Royal Rumble. Last week, we reviewed the 2000 Royal Rumble. And this week, we'll be reviewing the 1994 Royal Rumble. All those reviews are up in the video archive, as well as their podcasting platforms like iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeart, PODBEAN. If you want to download those episodes, check them out. This Friday will be episode 277 of the Team Hill podcast. Episode 276 is up on YouTube right now, where we gave our overall review of what was the NXT UK TakeOver Blackpool between Pete Dunne and Walter. If you have not checked that out, again, it's up in the video archives of this channel. Myself, Big Mike, and Dave Sack. So much stuff to get into. So much shit coming up in the next couple of weeks. We got TakeOver Phoenix. We got Royal Rumble. I will be doing as well as match simulations coming up soon. Because, again, I do have somewhere around here. Here it is. I have WWE 2K19. So bet your ass I will be doing match simulations real soon for matches from both events. So there's that, guys. If you have any questions for me right now, feel free to ask before I wrap this up. You guys were awesome in the chat. I want to see how the audio's coming off here, the playback as well. So let me have a look-see here. Here we go. A ver. There we go. Coming out good. So that's going to be it for me, guys. Thank you all for watching this live stream. I didn't really feel like recording a review and uploading on YouTube. I'll just get this out of the way. And after this, now I'm about to go to sleep. I have work literally at 3 in the morning. It's 11:28 right now where I'm at here on the East Coast. So I work at 4, but I gotta be up at 3, if you get what I mean. I'll be back tomorrow for the NXT review. Thank you for watching this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Give this video a big old thumbs up and share this video to your entire social media. Follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven. Alright? And that's gonna be it for me, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll be back tomorrow for the NXT review. Good night, everybody. Show stealers, but I'm telling you right now, these two guys right here are show stealers right now. But what the fuck are they doing wasting that ketchup and mustard and fucking concessions? God damn it, pal. God damn it.